Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Right now you see that I've already prepped and shaped the nails. Right now I'm just applying the dehydrator by ASP that you can buy at Sally's, or you can use any dehydrator of your choice. I personally used to like OPI brand, but anywho, now we're just adding the protein bond by Young Nails. And here you see me doing the blue. The blue is actually by Glam and Glitz. So basically on this set here, we're going to be doing ballerina nails, and they will be blue ombre nails, and the color of the blue acrylic is called Bubbly. So yeah, so the middle one, we're doing the whole nail blue. I did the middle one first so I wouldn't forget, because I'm so forgetful. It's not even funny. But yeah, all the rest of the nails will be ombre though. So I'll be using a pink acrylic, cover acrylic by Young Nails, and I'll be using this blue by Glam Glitz, which is the color Bubbly. So yeah, right here you see me using my Alpha brush number 10, and you see me using my Mia Secrets liquid, and this is the monomer liquid that I always use. So yeah, you just want to kind of use the color acrylic as paint in a sense. You don't want to build it up too much, but I have to kind of, this was the first time for me actually applying it on anyone, so I was kind of playing with the color on this middle finger to see the opacity of it. I don't even know if I said that right. Opacity, I think the opacity, basically the opaqueness, if that's even a word, but anyway, you know what I mean, just to see how strong the color is and how pigmented it is. And it was such a beautiful color actually. I really like it, and I'm really glad that I got it. Let me know, you guys, what your favorite Glam and Glitz colors, because I'm thinking of ordering new ones. So if you guys know any of your favorites, comment down below and let me know. But yeah, so that's all we're doing here. You still see me playing with it, just making sure that everything looks good and cleaning up around the cuticle area. Alright, let's start the ombre part. So we're just gonna add the color from the middle, kind of like where the tip is, towards the end, or you can do 3/4 of the nail. So basically I'm covering 3/4 of the nail, leaving the top part empty so I can add the cover acrylic there and fade it down. All right, so we're gonna take our cover acrylic. We're gonna take our Young Nails pink cover acrylic, and I'm actually applying it in the middle, and then my second bead's going on top near the cuticle area. And you just want to take that and fade it down. So I'm gonna show you a little bit better on the second nail. You'll see me basically apply it more so in the middle, in between the colored acrylic and the natural nail, and that's where I start to fade it down first. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and take some more of that cover pink acrylic by Young Nails, putting it right there in the middle, as you guys can see, and then just brushing it down ever so lightly. Taking my second one more so near the cuticle area and brushing that as well. And you want to add as much as you think you need. You want to make sure it looks nice and faded, because before this bead that I added here, you could still see kind of the blue. You don't want to see the line of the blue and the pink basically. So I'm just adding until I get the effect that I would like. So yeah, just play with it and try to figure out what works for you guys. So our next step is to encapsulate the ombre effect that we just created. We're adding some clear. That's how I encapsulate. You added clear acrylic, and you're just going to cover up the fade that you just made to protect it from when you start filing. And the cover that I'm using is also by Mia Secret, and I do have it in a Young Nails little container, but it's actually Mia Secret because I just wanted to fill it up because I didn't have anywhere else to put, because I have a big container basically of the Mia Secret clear powder. So I just used this Young Nails 2 gram container to just store it in there. But yeah, I am using Mia's Secret liquid and monomer to be exact. And for these tips are actually, oh, I can hear the ice cream truck outside. Anyways, these tips actually that I've used, they are called Eden tips, and they're very flimsy. They have a nice shape, but they are very flimsy. So last time I did a set like this, I do have a video on it. Last time I did a set, I did them a little thinner. You could actually go back on my videos and see that I didn't use too much clear to build it up, because usually I use these other tips and I really don't have to build it up so much. But because these tips are flimsy, I actually added a little extra product to assure that they would not break, because my client actually broke a nail from the other set. So we're just going to do the same thing on all the nails and encapsulate, build a good structure, make sure that there's a good apex so that my client has more security to prevent breaking a nail. She's a different person. I will also be encapsulating the middle finger, which is also colored acrylic. Now, you always have to keep in mind with colored acrylic, you don't want to make it too thick, but it's your choice really. But you know, just to save you guys some money and save you guys a lot of issues, you really don't need to build it up too much, the colored acrylic, because you could also always encapsulate like I'm doing here to build more structure to the nail. A lot of people just say use colored acrylic more so as your base, as your paint, as if you're just painting on the nail with that acrylic. So that is what I'm doing here. I used a very thin amount, not very thin, but not such a bulky amount where I can still build it with the clear and protect it, because most of the time colored acrylic obviously doesn't have too much structure. It's not very sturdy. I don't know if it depends on the brand, but that was what I was told. And so just encapsulate it to make it sturdy and make it strong, and obviously protect the color. Okay, now that we've done all that, now that they're all encapsulated, you want to go back and reshape your nails, because after you apply the acrylic, they do loosen the shape. So what you can see me doing here is I kind of go in between those nail grooves, which are the sides of the nail, and I'm trying to remove any acrylic that's stuck on there. And as well, I am reshaping the nails to bring them back to what they were, more on the straight sides, and unbulk them if there's anything on those sides. Right here, I just put some acetone on the table to clean it up. Anyways, so yeah, I'm doing the same thing on all the nails. Taking my file. Also, guys, please don't forget to etch your files. And when I say etch your files, I mean when they're brand new files, you always got to take a drill or another file and remove the edges, because they are basically, you got to remove the sharpness of the edges of your files, because you can cut someone. So to ensure that you don't, always etch your file. I might just upload a video about that, because that is really important and you don't want someone to have a bad experience. Also, I usually just take my client's hand and reverse it so I can see what they're going to be looking at, because it may look one way when if their hands are facing me, but it looks another way when their hands are facing themselves. So I do always turn it around, make sure that the nails aren't crooked, and if they are, just to reshape them just a bit. So here you see me, this is like a really important step right here. I'm removing any excess acrylic that's touching the skin. So you really want to just remove whatever's touching the skin and make sure that you see your natural nail. So there should always be, okay, your cuticle area, and then you should see a little bit like a line of your natural nail, and then you need to know where, and then you need to be able to see where the acrylic starts, basically, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. And then right after that, you just want to go over with your e-file on top of the surface to even out any imperfections and lumps and bumps that you may have created. And then you can go under the nail, and that's pretty much it. So it's kind of like 3 steps when you're doing this. You're going to go around the cuticle, and you're going to file the surface, and then you're going to go under your nail to remove any excess product that's gone under there. So basically cleaning up the free edge. So see, I went back and did the cuticle area, filed the surface, and that's how I usually do my sets. So back to the cuticle area, this is how I start. I usually start from the middle or from one side to the other, and then do the surface. And then sometimes I just go back and forth. I do the cuticle area, surface, cuticle area, surface, just so you're not causing friction and causing too much heat on one part of the nail. See, I went back to the cuticle area. And then just before I forget to mention, my drill is actually on a slow speed because I am using a medium carbide bit for this. So you really don't want to cause any heat on them. And if you do, don't be afraid to ask your client, do you feel any heat? If you do, please let me know if you feel any discomfort at any time. I will try to do my best to make your experience the best that it can be, and I do not want to hurt you. So if you're more open to telling me if you're in any discomfort, it's, you'll have a better experience. So that's what I try to tell them. I wouldn't want them to be uncomfortable, basically. And then I'm just cleaning under the nail, as you can see. And then we're just gonna do the last one, and that's pretty much it for that step. Okay, right here you can kind of get a better view of me removing that acrylic that's stuck to her cuticle or anything. Right there you see, you start from one side to the other, or you can start from the middle to one side and then from one side to the other. And then here you can see me removing all of that cuticle that could be touching any acrylic that could be touching the cuticle, sorry. And yeah, hopefully that gave you guys a good view. Okay, and last but not least, I'm taking my purple buffer that I get at my nail supply store. I get these at Cosmoprof, but you can also order them online, I believe. And we're just going to take our buffer and we're just going to buff all of the surface, because with the carbide bit, there's still going to be sharp lines and rough lines on the nail, because they do have more of a grittier finish. And this has more of a soft finish, and that's what you want to do, and that's what you want to get when you're doing these nails. You don't want to leave it all rough with oh, and I also use the buffer to go under the nail as well. It really does help to remove any excess acrylic. So we're just gonna wipe the hand and the nails with some alcohol and a napkin. Usually I cut my napkins in little squares and just clean it that way, but I guess I forgot that night. Sometimes I ran out of them really easily and really fast, so I forget, and then I'll just use a big napkin, which is really unnecessary, but oh well, that's what I had to do. And basically I'm gonna take my matte top coat, because she didn't want them glossed, she wanted them matted, and I'm using Young Nails matte top coat, and this is a gel, which means it will have to go under the lamp to get cured. And this gel top coat, you have to cure it under, I think, well, I don't know if it's LED, well, I know it's a LED UV, because my lamp cures mostly LED stuff, so you do have to cure it for 1 minute under the LED lamp. I actually never checked if it was for UV as well. And I actually ordered this matte top coat on the Young Nails website, and to be very honest, I don't know if I like it. I've never used another one besides a regular polished top coat, but I would like to know what you guys' favorite matte top coat, whatever brand it is, let me know, comment down below. Alright, so we're just gonna remove the tacky layer because it still looks kind of shiny. So the out with the alcohol, you can remove the tacky layer with the napkin, and now you see it, you know, going into the matte. And that's basically it for this video. I'm just gonna apply the cuticle oil and finish her up and take a couple of pictures and call it a day. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and punch that little notification bell button so you are notified whenever I upload videos, so you guys can stay updated with everything that I do. So I'm just gonna show you a little clip of the video that I took. This is a little fluffy thing that I used. And here is the little clip. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Isn't that so pretty? I love how they turned out, and she loved them as well. Alright guys, have a great one. Goodbye.